Looking forward to your approval. Oh gosh. Oh my God. It's like, I'm just expecting your approval, nothing short of it. If you disapprove this, I'm gonna leave this company for good. It's that level. You might be an employee of a company. You might be working right now at a 9 to 5 job, or maybe it's not exactly 9 to 5. It's from 7 to 7 or whatever. And on the side, you are thinking of maybe having your own business, or you have your own YouTube channel, or I don't know, a side hustle. So either way, you are thinking of making more money. Now, one of these ways that I just mentioned was to acquire a higher certificate, and you go ahead with that certificate either to your own boss right now, or you might want to change jobs or positions, and you need to present this new document, this new certificate with your new boss. Well, either way, you are going to need this video, because in this video, you will learn how to go ahead and approach a higher position individual, or your superior, or your manager, or your boss, whoever that person or individual is going to be. You will, in this lesson, will understand how to address that individual. Without further ado, let's start reading a sample letter, this time for Task 1 General Training at IELTS Juice. And the rubric or prompt says, you're studying for a qualification. Be careful with the term that you are studying. So it's a temporary thing. And it's a qualification, so it can be anything. It can be any certificate. And you would like some time off from your work to complete it. Okay, so your goal is to complete it, but you cannot do it alone, or you cannot do it with the current position that you're holding. It's just too much, or you will have no energy at the end of the day to finish the tasks or your homework, because you're studying. Or you may also have some other responsibilities. For example, you have children, you have family members, you have a sick parent at home that you need to look after. All this means that you need to invest in your qualification for a short time, and your boss is going to help you do that. Once that's over, you're going to switch back and you're going to invest even more into your jobs to compensate for the time lost. That is the momentum that you should be thinking about at the moment, and your boss, your manager, expects you to have that kind of mindset at this point. Write a letter to your manager, and in your letter, so remember, we're writing a letter. This can later on be translated into an email, but still, it is considered a formal method of communication. When you write a letter, or in reality, you write an email to your boss, remember that it's considered a formal communication. Ask for some time off to complete the qualification. You see, just be honest and be clear and to the point. Just go ahead and say at the beginning of your even letter, just what you think. I need some time off because I have this qualification to finish. But you need to do it in a polite way, and that's what we are going to do in this session. So just what you will do later at work if you have time off. So you have time off. What will you do next? This is the part that you're going to offer to your manager. It's an exchange, and you need to show that you're asking for this much, but in exchange, you're actually giving your manager this much. And that exchange should look beneficial for the company, for you, and for the manager. So make sure what items you have in mind to present at the table. And finally, say how the qualification will help your job or company. This is the critical part. This sells. It can make or break your deal. This one says, think, when you have this qualification, what benefits can your company receive? And those benefits will become the key elements. Maybe one benefit or more than one. As I can see, it doesn't limit us to more than or two or more. It's just say what benefits come to the company, how it will help your job or your company. You can decide. Or maybe you can work on both, but it's not and company, it's or. So you can basically pick one. Anyway, that's the part that you read the prompt and analyze it. Let's read a sample here. Dear Mr. Smith, okay, this is the salutation. You know the name of your boss. You should know the name of your boss. You should know who you are writing this letter to. And you are in this position, your boss is in this position. So you are writing to your superior. There are instances at IELTS that you are, for example, a customer. A customer stands here while the manager is here. When a customer talks to a manager, you expect a lot from from the manager here, not your manager, but you expect a lot from the manager to do. You usually have this top down attitude. But in this scenario, we have an employee and a manager relationship. So you are actually talking to your superior. So you should know who you are addressing. Dear Mr. Smith, I hope that this letter finds you well. That is not a typical formal beginning or opening statement, but there's no harm in wishing people well. Usually this is this from like I am writing this, that is the part that starts, but it's okay. There's nothing wrong about this part. I am writing this to request a study leave from February 1st to March 15th. Whoa, February, January, February, March, like 45 days. A study leave for 45 days? Okay. Allow me to elaborate. Allow me to elaborate on the situation. Either you could say, allow me to elaborate, which would be very short, and allow me to elaborate on the situation. All right. This is a very good introduction. It has all the elements, except you will get the same reaction from your manager. You write something like, yes, I need a study leave for 45 days. So you are going to talk to your boss and you're going to say that, yeah, for 45 days, I'm going to disappear. I'm not going to answer any phone calls. I'm not going to come to the office. And oh my God, 45 days. And even, yeah, give or take. But oh my God. And then you immediately say like, yeah. Allow me to elaborate on that. Yeah, but just don't have a heart attack, please. Just calm yourself down. Take a sip of that water over there. Don't worry, I'm going to explain. Okay, just sit tight. My manager, Mr. Smith, please sit tight. I'm going to explain the situation to you. This is not an error. I'm just telling you that in reality, you are asking for 45 days. It's usually like, hey, I'm going to need 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, maybe 2 weeks off. But for 1 month and a half, that's a lot. You might as well start thinking of finding yourself another job because that's just too much. Anyway, as you know, I am pursuing my master's degree at University of London for 3 years now. Okay, sounds cool. And I have only used the weekends and my personal time after work to do so. Wonderful. That shows dedication. This is a good opening. I feel the sentence now. However, to finalize my study, I need some time off work to be able to focus on my thesis and persuade my supervisor Persuade my supervisor. Oh, okay. To persuade my supervisor that it is ready to be published. You publish your thesis. Okay. Yeah, that happens. Thus, I would really appreciate it if you could accept my leave request during this time. Yeah, the cause is noble. University of London, master's degree, there's a thesis, it needs work. Okay, okay. Your manager must love you to give you this, or they really need you to give you 45 days leave. Wow. I know this is a huge favor to ask. No kidding. Of course it is. Considering the intense sales targets for 2020. Okay, it's 2020 because it was submitted at IELTS Juice by that time. But I am committed to returning, I guess, this favor by working during holidays. Return for 3 consecutive months. Wow, to meet the targets. Whoa, yes, you're asking for 45 days off, but in return you're offering 3 consecutive months working without any holidays. That's, I mean, is it humanly possible? I don't know. Wow, this is absolutely huge level of, I mean, the highest level of determination I can think of. I know it might be difficult. It might, it is, but it might be is correct grammar. I'm just talking from my experience. It is difficult from my experience, but yeah, it might be difficult. But that is the price I am willing to pay for studying along with my career. I'm beginning to understand that the punchline, and I mean, not the punchline, but at the beginning, I received this shocking news and I was taken aback. I was like, whoa. And now that I'm reading the paragraphs, I can see the depth and the level of commitment and dedication. It's admirable, really. Bravo. In addition, I am hopeful that you will appreciate that this qualification will help me in the sales negotiations with our clients as well. This is primarily because I can use the novel sales approaches that I am going to propose in my thesis in practice. Very good. In reality, I would have expanded this sentence a little further. This is the part, yeah. This is the part that you actually tell your manager from this point on, we will be able to sign larger contracts. We will be able to get a higher level of income, $1 million income into the business, and we will prosper. I am single-handedly going to take the whole company from this tier of income all the way up to the next tier, which is a big sell and it needs a lot of efforts. And then in that case, 45 days, you can go for 3 months. That wouldn't be a problem. I love it. Looking forward to your approval. Oh gosh. Oh, oh my God. It's like, I'm just expecting your approval, nothing short of it. If you disapprove this, I'm gonna leave this company for good. It's that level. You should tone it a bit down. Like looking forward to a favorable response, looking forward to receiving your feedback and your hopefully positive response to my humble request. Something like that would have been a better tone for this letter. The way that you just put it out there and say, yes, I just need your approval, nothing else. Again, shows determination and support, but it doesn't work all the time. Sometimes it works, but it doesn't work with, I don't know, many managers. So be careful. Best regards is a good closing, but let me suggest, since you started the letter by addressing the individual, maybe sincerely yours is a better fit because you are addressing the individual by name. Regards can happen for pretty much any scenario. 224 words. Let's look at the manuscriptors. Yes. Yes, yes, covers all the requirements of the task. Yes, highlights, illustrates, bullet points clearly, appropriately. Very good. You were there. I just needed some small elements for improvement. But the tone, the purpose was clear, details, all good. It's just not 9, simply because there were some elements that could have been expanded in full, just to make the point clear. Coherence and cohesion, again, everything is fine. Some paragraphing, yeah, but paragraphing in task 1 is not that big a deal. Basically, I was hoping maybe instead of in the introduction, instead of just saying, wait, I'm going to elaborate on that. Do not have a heart attack. Maybe we could have had a smoother transition, so that you don't just say, yes, I want 45 days off, and I look forward to your positive response. That is, you should leave some room for maybe negotiation. Maybe they accept 40 days off. Maybe they accept 35 days off. Or maybe 2 weeks off. So you, and somewhere in between, you actually need to come back to office and, just to check on some items. And then you can, again, spend time at home focusing on your thesis. But at least maybe once a week or something, you need to come to the office and inspect some tasks. That's why you need to leave some room for negotiation with your boss. You cannot just say, I want 45 days off, and sign it and approve it. I look forward to receiving your approval. That attitude doesn't work. And how can we express that attitude? In the introduction, by slowly building up. We should be clear, of course, but we also need to build up why we are going to need those days off. I loved vocabulary, everything, elements, fine. Just some of the vocabulary, some of the word choices needed better control. So you know why I feel the energy through the vocabulary, and the energy I received was consistent, but it wasn't managed properly. So you use less lexical items. There are some awareness of style and collocation, some. While we could have used better collocation. So you also found me in certain parts trying to add words or modify some sentences. That was the part that it needed the most. Grammar, I didn't pick up many errors, actually. No, maybe some minor errors. Nothing significant. And there are a variety of complex structures. Not wide, of course, but quite varied. 7 is well deserved. This is a very good sample for a 7 score letter. In the description section of this video, you will find a link that will lead you to the IELTS Juice website, where you can have access to a even 7+ version of the same letter. So you might want to consider clicking on it, and you might as well also click on the subscribe button, because hey, you will get access to a ton of these videos that will improve your letters, and I hope I'll be assessing your essay or letter next time. Take care.